So in this video I wanted to show you guys a little bit about how to restore Ziploc bags so that you can continue to use them and not waste them and send them to the landfill or end up in the ocean. That's coming up. So one of the things that I grew up doing was washing out bags and reusing them rather than always grabbing a new one. And so my parents were kind of the age in the 40s and 50s when they didn't have a whole lot, and so they just had, especially my dad's side of the family, my grandma used to wash out bags, and my aunt and him both learned how to wash out the bags and let them out to dry, and so reusing them became just kind of a habit rather than keep buying new ones. So one of the things that always happens over time, especially with like the Ziploc bags, is like they start to rip or tear, and then you say, oh well, time to throw it out. But actually a couple years ago I got one of the Food Saver machines, and I thought, well, I could, it was cheap at the thrift store for like $5, so something that I thought would be useful to try to vacuum out some bags and to store things in the freezer in a air poor environment or oxygen poor environment, so it helps to preserve the food a little better. And so I didn't want to buy the fancy bags that they come with it, and so I figured, well, why can't we just use a regular Ziploc bag or just a regular other kind of bag? And I realized that doesn't work very well, except if you take the zipper of a Ziploc bag, you cut it off, and then you just use that one, you insert it into the mouth of the bag, and that creates a little channel for the air to get out, and then you could use it. And when you get down to the end, when it's all vacuumed out, you pull it out and you can seal it off, and it seems to work pretty good. But I don't use that a whole lot because most of my bags are enough. Well, actually, see, the thing is I use a lot of Ziploc bags in the freezer, and it doesn't work. You destroy your bag if you seal it off, so there's really no point in even vacuuming it out. It isn't really convenient. So, well, to have this thing laying around, what else could I use it for? So I said, well, I could, hey, this bag, the zipper, when you have like a Ziploc bag, a lot of times, especially with children, when they rip it open, oops, that's too vigorous with them. Anyway, you get tears down the sides, and these little starts to tear at the top here, and so that becomes a pain, and then trying to line them up becomes difficult. So I figured, well, hey, I wonder if I could repair that fairly easily, and sure enough, I was able to do that. So I want to quickly show you guys how you can reuse these things so that you don't have to keep buying them again. And also, it's a waste product, and it's not very good for the environment to be throwing out bags constantly. So if we can limit that, that would be helpful. So here's one of the Food Savers that I was able to pick up for very cheap. This is a V2222, whatever that means. They're all different and all different types, but as long as it has a vacuum and a sealer on there, it's fine. Okay, so how do you repair a bag? So I'm just going to zip it up here so everything's nicely in a line and get it to do so. So these are freezer grade plastic bags. I usually try to get those as opposed to the thinner ones because they last longer and hold up better. My daughter was mentioning there's a hole in the bag actually down here, so we could actually fix that too. Okay, so you put it in here like so, just line it up, and my daughter's going to close it. It is possible to do it with one hand. Okay, so go ahead and let's see, it's the red one there. Oops, we got to push this down. Lock it into place. push the red one and wait a while here.
Does it make any noise?
When the light goes out, it should be done. We can take it out. Clicks off, it's cooling down. And then we undo this little thing up here. Pop it up, open the lid, and pull it off carefully. Okay, and you can see here there's a little strip where it's melted it. Put it all back together. And I open it up on that side. See, it's not ripped anymore. And I mean, it's not quite as strong as it was before, so you need to be a little bit more careful with it. And sometimes you can do it twice if it doesn't quite melt this part enough. But it does do a fairly good job there. And see about this other side. See, this one has still got this little ripped in there, so we need to do this one. And I haven't found a way, or I don't think there is a way, but it's not recommended to try to just do this little part up here or fold it and try to just get that in there. It's best to just do the whole side. It also strengthens the whole bag too, the whole side of it too. So here is the rubber piece. You don't want it hanging over that. You just want it a couple millimeters, 6/8 of an inch or something right before that here. So here is the rubber piece where you normally put the edge of the bag into for vacuuming. We just want to kind of get it fairly close. There's a little ribbon right here. That's the heating element. So we want it just right about there. All along there, and try to keep it even. Okay, right about there. Okay, lock it down. Shard. There we go. You can also just kind of squeeze right here where the zipper part is to get a little bit more pressure on that part. That's the part that we want the best. All sealed. Okay. Open it up here. Okay, so there it's all nicely sealed, so now we can remove it. There we go. We fixed the bag. We open it up here. You can see we have a fixed bag that we can reuse now. Yay! So another thing I noticed on this bag is here that's got a little hole in the corner here where water can go out. So if you want to fix that, just a matter of sealing it right below it there and just cut off that corner. It can still, the rest of the bag's still functional. So we'll do that here. About like that. Oops. There, just wait. Hold in position there. Okay. Okay. See what happens here. Wait for the red light to go out. Here it clicks, so it's almost done, and there we go. Okay, let's check it. So you can see there, I just cut off the corner there and was able to seal up the bag so that the hole is no longer going to be causing a leak in there. And also little bags, the quart size work as well. Just stick them in there and seals, repairs them nicely. So anyway, hope that's a help to you. Not always, we may not always have the opportunity to buy bags, and it's good to be good stewards of the earth and not be wasteful in what we have, and continually buying more disposable things. But to make plastic bags can be very useful for storing things in. Do a lot of our dried fruit in Ziploc bags, and just for being out where we can use them, and then the rest of it gets stored in 5-gallon buckets. These are very convenient and economical. Don't have to have a bunch of large canisters. They like them, especially in the refrigerator for things, because as the contents, like little pieces of pancakes or waffles, go down, they get smaller and smaller, and it collapses around it, so you don't have to have this big container that just has 1 or 2 little things in it. So that's one convenient thing about them. Alright, that's all I had for you today. I will catch you guys on the next video. Be sure to pray for my family, and I'll pray that you will be close to God. Alright, talk to you later. Bye-bye.